Yesterday's trip to DJ's Berry Patch was fantastic. I learned so much. But now it's time to come up with some no-recipe ways to use all these strawberries. I'm Chef Todd Moore. My mission is empowering people to cook without recipes. They experience the freedom to cook what they want, how they want it, the confidence to take control and try new things, the health benefits of fresh, wholesome foods, and the family-strengthening bonds of dinner time together, as well as the money they save by eating well. Live without rules, cook without recipes. It's a no-recipe lifestyle. All right, I have to admit, I've eaten a bunch of them last night. They're really good. They're like candy. But it's the next morning, and I want to make strawberry pancakes. It's one of the things that I love is fresh fruit in pancakes. And I'm going to show you how to do it today with our old friend Aunt Jemima. And when I say old, Aunt Jemima is old. She's more than 100 and something years old. She's seen better days. And you know, I don't want an old lady trying to leaven my pancakes. I want nice, big, fluffy pancakes. So here's one of my no recipe secrets that we call upon the knowledge that we have of baking and leavening agents. Things like baking powder and baking soda, they react with acids or moisture, release carbon dioxide, and leaven your pancakes. So here's the issue. If we want to make pancakes with diced strawberries, but the pancakes are this thin, the strawberries are higher than the pancakes, it's like your chocolate chip cookies that come out very lacy and the chips are higher than the chocolate chip cookie part. That's no good. We need better leavening. So what I'm going to do is take our old tired friend Aunt Jemima and I'm going to zip her up, bring her into the common age with some baking powder and a little bit of citric acid to activate the baking powder. You'll see how high and fluffy my pancakes get. For the first step, we'll wash, cap, and dice all our strawberries, and I've shown you this before. Here's my paring knife. We use it in a choke grip with the blade toward my face. Capping the strawberry is putting your thumb against the strawberry and pushing the cap past the blade. All right? Put it down on the cutting board, and I mean, we could get out the chef knife if we want, but I already got a paring knife in my hand, and we'll cut those into small dice. We'll cap and dice enough strawberries to make our strawberry pancakes. Strawberries capped and diced, and I've got my flat top griddle here. Even though I have an electric stove, which I like because I wipe it clean and my house is open, my flat top griddle's getting really hot, ready for the pancakes. Now what we'll do is put together our old and tired Aunt Jemima per the package instructions, and measure loosely if you'd like, because we're going to supercharge it like I said. So let's whip up some basic batch of Aunt Jemima and add some baking powder and cream of tartar or citric acid to it. We could add any kind of other acid, but I mean, is vinegar going to taste good in pancakes? No. I've used lemon juice. Lemon juice isn't bad. Tomato products? No. Any kind of other acidic things? No. But a citric acid is a dry acid that we can use, which will help with our leavening. Let's whip up Aunt Jemima and supercharge her. All right, Aunt Jemima calls for 1 cup of her mix, 3/4 of a cup of milk, 1 egg, and we'll start to mix that up. We'll mix that to a smooth batter, and you see I've incorporated some air in there, some bubbles, but here's the supercharged trick. We're going to take some of this baking powder, and I'm going to take a full tablespoon or a soup spoon's worth or so on. There we go, like that. Add that right in there, and our cream of tartar is going to get just a pinch. And what I mean by a pinch is just the tip of the knife. Like that. And watch the chemical reaction that we get now, the bubbling of our batter. And now the baking powder is not only reacting with the liquid, but it is reacting a chemical reaction with that citric acid I put in there. I don't know if you can see the bubbles working yet, but now we take our diced strawberries. Let's add them in there. Mix them in lightly so we don't crush them. And over to the grill we go. Here's another important part about making pancakes or anything in a no recipe lifestyle. We want to have precise portioning. We want each pancake to be the same size so that they cook the same and they cook at the same rate, and some aren't mushy or wet in the middle and some are overcooked. So I use an ice cream scoop to get the same size pancakes exactly each time on the griddle. First thing we'll do is test the griddle with some water. Oh my, yes, I'd say that that's hot. And now we've got our mixture. Let me see if I can show you the bubbling going on in here because of that chemical reaction. So with my ice cream scoop, I take an even portion, an even scoop, add it to the griddle. So each of these pancakes will be the same size. As the pancakes cook, you start to see them get dry around the outside of the pancake, and look at the amount of bubbles that are coming out of this. This is leavening, just like a muffin would be or any other baked good, and how we get a nice high pancake. Once they're flipped, now you can really start to see the leavening go, and look how nice and high. I get a little bit of a dome to my pancakes, a little bit of this curve, and they're just like we would make muffins in the oven. After another few minutes or so, I get a nice high stack of pancakes, strawberry pancakes. They're all the same size. I wish you could smell them, but what we did was we took tired old Aunt Jemima. She's 100 and something years old. You can't expect her to leaven much these days, but I use my basic knowledge of cooking and leavening agents to make Aunt Jemima new again, to give her a facelift or some kind of injection of adrenaline that brings her into the common age. But now, this isn't always a good thing to do in baking, and here's a case in point. Full disclosure, I wanted to make strawberry muffins, and I wanted to show you a way to really leaven your muffins and have them come up out of the pan. So I supercharged my basic muffin mix, and this is what happened. Have you ever had Gumby head muffins? We call them Gumby head. And you see this photo here, because I didn't videotape it, how the muffins have an angular top. That's because the baking powder was too much, way too much. And it not only leavened the muffin, but it blew the top off, giving me a Gumby head. So you can play with mixes, with packaged mixes that are in your cabinet already, and with a knowledge of leavening agents, you can make them even better. It's yet another way that you don't have to create a recipe, you don't have to search for a book, you can use what you already have in a no recipe lifestyle.